Hello, my name is Cheyenne Wilson. I am going to reflect on what reading the audio perceptions means to me. After reading chapters 1 and 2, I realized there is a lot more to the speech and language concept of elementary kids, and what makes speech and the components of a language. I personally, if I had to explain audio perceptions and speech language deficits to a non-education peer, I would basically just express the importance of effective communication. And not only a peer, I find that parents of pre-K students that I see every day, they really don't understand the importance of getting their kids to speak correctly. I am across the hall from pre-K, and I share my room with a speech language pathologist, and recently she has had to screen at least 10 of the 18 pre-K students that are across the hall. And almost all of those kids qualified for her services. And the mistakes that the kids were making was just unreal. I mean, some of them she said that she had never even witnessed before. But I think my personal opinion would be that the parents, or as an educator, I see the importance of making my kids talk properly. Now, some parents may not understand that your articulation or being able to follow directions or being able to speak in complete thoughts will eventually factor into academics. So if I had to have a sit-down conversation with a parent, per se, those pre-K parents, or someone whose kid has not started school yet, but maybe just thinks their kid's baby talk is appropriate, start, at 3 years old. If I had to have a conversation with them, I would just stress the importance of them being able to tell their kids or explain to their kids the right ways to say a word, or maybe correct them and making sure they're saying the words correctly, because it will eventually factor into their reading and being able to blend words whenever they start kindergarten. A lot of my students that I have on my caseload personally do receive speech services. Thankfully, most of the cases that I have are mild. I do have one student in particular that does not have a mild case of speech. His speech is pretty severe, and he can read wonderfully. You do have to have a keen ear to be able to understand what he is saying if you are having to, per se, listen to him read orally. But the main thing that it affects for him is his spelling. We can have a simple, easy CVC word, or maybe a word that has a CK blend on it. He really struggles with his Ks. He will struggle to spell that word correctly as many times as you go over that skill, just because he cannot. Whenever he hears the CK, he says the T sound, and whenever he spells a word with a CK or just a cuss sound in it, it's going to be a T on a piece of paper. But he can read it fine, but he just can't spell it. So pretty much, it's just important for people to realize how important it is for kids to be able to talk effectively, communicate effectively, and pronounce words clearly to be able to be successful.